Uboat is a very humbling game. 1 minute I'll sneak attack a convoy and feel on top of the world after getting away, only for the game to remind me after one mistake how vulnerable I really am. In one mission you'll see I went through all the stages of this graph. Anyways, here we are in La Spezia, Italy to wreak havoc on the British ships going through the Mediterranean and turn the North African campaign in our favor. I'm gonna warm up with an easy mission, landing a demolition squad in Egypt to blow up some railways. And while I head out for that mission, I'm gonna have one of my guys get me some better electric torpedoes. Can't believe this game isn't following canon and showing Tobruk's axis occupied. I thought this game was supposed to be historically accurate. As I approach the landing site, I'm not surprised to see some corvettes patrolling in the area. One of them is lining itself up perfectly, so I get my protractor out and start sizing it up for a torpedo. On the bright side, since the torpedoes were so off because of that turn, they had no idea I fired them. They even started sailing away from the landing site, so I was able to drop off the team no problem. Now that I think about it, maybe I wasn't being messed with. Someone was actually looking out for me and stopped me from making this mission a lot harder for myself. Because all I had to do was wait off the coast for a few hours for the demolition team to come back, and I slipped away without anyone knowing I was there. The next part in the Mediterranean operations was escorting a troop convoy. Now, I would think a submarine would be pretty useless convoy escorting, but apparently my hydrophone is really useful to scout ahead. So here I go, sailing alongside them, and then they start complaining I'm too close and I'm messing with the hydrophones. Also, they want me to deal with the incoming dangers? How lazy are these Italian sailors? Now I see why Italy hasn't accomplished anything in this war by itself. When people tell me what to do, I listen. I start going ahead of the convoy to do a hydrophone check, only to find out the convoy is already under attack. Now, I gotta admit, I was not expecting that. We're not even south of Rome yet. I didn't think the Royal Navy had shooters around Corsica. So I go full speed ahead to get back to the convoy, only to see that everything was taken care of, and now I just look like an idiot sailing back here. They even tell me to go away again, so I don't even know why I was needed here. Actually, I just realized, why am I escorting a troop ship going to Tunis? They aren't even in the war. Don't they need those troops in Libya? Look at my allies, dog. We're never gonna win this war. I do hear a merchant ship nearby, so I head towards it to sink it, so I can at least say I did something productive for the war effort here. The merchant ship for some reason has gun platforms, but no actual guns installed on it, so I'm free to just surface near it. I know I would be absolutely fuming if I was on that merchant ship right now. Do you think a shipbuilder in America is sitting at home like...
I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.
They built this ship pretty well, to be fair, considering how long it's taking to sink, so I get impatient and use a torpedo. The escort mission is finally done, and I never want to do a mission like that again. Oh my god, they credited me for sinking the warship that attacked the convoy. I mean, I'll take it, but I'm gonna be accepting that credit looking like Michael Scott. My next mission is just gonna be a simple patrol mission. High Command wants me to patrol off the coast of Egypt, but then they change their mind and have me patrol around Malta. But soon after starting that patrol, we get some drama on the sub. Some dude was talking smack about Felix's girl, so he knocked them out. And while I understand where he's coming from, I run a tight ship here. Soon, I find a lone merchant ship, and the game is telling me they actually remembered to put guns on this one. I'm not sure if those guns are on the sea with us right now, but I'm just gonna stay under the surface and aim a torpedo at them. Look, I swear I'll get better at this. You just gotta give me time, alright? When I find another merchant ship, I try my best to get accurate measurements. The protractor is my best friend here, and I'm pretty exact with my chronometer tool. I enter everything in the calculator, the torpedo path looks good, so I send the torps to once again barely miss the ship. They don't even have guns on this ship, so you know what? I'm feeling like the deck gun is starting to fall off. It's not sinking merchant ships like it used to. The ship was taking too long to sink, so I just sent my guys on board to scuttle it. The next Mediterranean mission is fortunately not that bad. I just have to drop off an agent in Lebanon, and since it's low difficulty, I expect it's going to be pretty straightforward. The destroyer and corvette patrol is super easy to evade, and I drop off the agent with no issues. It was looking like a clean mission until a random plane flew over me. The plane doesn't even have radar, he was just super lucky. But sadly for him, I wasn't gonna give him a chance to attack me, and I just dived deeper so he couldn't see me. After a while, High Command gave me orders to scout the air defenses around the port of Haifa, and I'm just wondering why. This port feels a bit out of reach for the Luftwaffe, but orders are orders. As I scout it, I wonder even more why I was sent here, because there are no ships around, so I don't think the Allies care much about this port. It doesn't seem worth bombing at all. At least the AA guns are easy to spot here, since my captain has an incredible ability to see through walls. But after I return to Italy, I'm told to go back to Haifa to destroy some oil installations. On the way there, I get word that Walter here is spreading communist propaganda. Look, I understand complaining about our country after dealing with the Italians on that stupid escort mission, but workers' rights? Yeah, you're done. I approach Haifa at nighttime, and once again, there are no ships around. I spot the oil tanks pretty quickly and lay into them with my deck gun. Still don't get why I needed to scout the AA installations if I was just gonna do this. I guess it's just part of the immersion. The simulation definitely feels more realistic with my commanders giving me dumb orders that waste my time. With all the Mediterranean operations completed, I could unlock a new U-boat. The Type 7C-41. It had a better conning tower with better AA guns and a stronger hull, so of course I grabbed it. And its first mission would be a simple patrol around Malta. Man, Gaza, why you gotta be such a vibe killer? But it turns out the trouble he was feeling was just High Command changing their minds, because my new orders were to just scout the port of Malta. At least this one makes sense, but man was it annoying to find the AA guns around Malta. I had to look around on the map itself to find them because they're so tucked into the harbor. But after I spot all the AA, I'm seeing quite a few ships docked here, so I might as well try to sink some. The thunderstorm is giving me good cover, so no one sees me as I sneak into the harbor itself. My angle isn't great on the parked ships, but the Empire Little and the Olwen are packed full of stuff, so it'd be great to sink both of them. I fire 2 torpedoes and immediately start moving away. Well, one is better than none. At least it's enough tonnage to fulfill the secondary objective. I know somebody is gonna get fired for this. Can you imagine being the poor British officer who's gonna explain how a U-boat got into Malta's harbor?
Walk me through it. What I told you already. Tell me again. What? Tell me again.
When I get back to the port, I make some changes to my sub. I get a better hydrophone and decide to take off the deck gun since it didn't do me much good last time I used it. My next mission has me assigned to patrol the coast of Egypt. And I swear, every time I have to go to the Eastern Mediterranean, there's something bad happening with the crew. And every event gets worse. Like in this one, a crewmate has tuberculosis. Now, I'm no doctor, but doesn't that mean pretty much everyone on this sub is cooked? Can't wait for the point in 1942 where Captain Gosling starts his Arthur Morgan impression. I start chasing down a merchant ship, but somebody or something is definitely looking out for this ship because a bunch of fog starts rolling in as I get close, and if that wasn't enough, the sun went down like 3 hours before it should have. Like, straight up, why is the sun down at 1600 when I'm near Egypt? Now, I'm kind of regretting taking off my deck gun because I really could have used it here. So instead I have to use my AA gun. And I bet those sailors in the ship have a really nasty headache right now. Well, if I can't kill them with the AA gun, they definitely won't survive getting hit point blank with a torpedo. I'm not going to give up that easily. Once again, I reposition the sub for a point blank torpedo. They got lucky with one dud, but this time I'm going to sit back and watch the fireworks. Since there's clearly some divine intervention stopping me from sinking this merchant ship, I gotta let it go. You know, since Alexandria is in the patrol area, maybe I should check out that port like I did with Malta. Since it is a much bigger port, it's definitely gonna have a lot more ships in it. As I approach it though, I'm surprised that there's basically no guards around it. I feel like the largest port in Egypt should have a lot of ships guarding it like Gibraltar does, but I'm not a general, so what do I know? Well, I now know that even though it's the middle of the day, nobody is watching the anti-sub wall and I could slip through the entrance unseen. I feel like a wolf who just walked into a chicken coop. All these vulnerable merchant ships at my mercy without a single warship in sight. Once again, I leave and nobody's able to do anything to stop me. I can imagine how well the Royal Navy Admiral in the area is going to be taking the news of my raid. Since I did so great in the area, I accept another mission to patrol there, but it was bait. I'm actually supposed to patrol Malta again. Fortunately, it doesn't take long to find another ship to sink. Once again, my torpedo calculation skills are put to the test. As I sail away, I get some very important news. Japan just attacked America. So soon it'll be open season on those American ships. But for now, I gotta keep moving on my patrol. I see another ship and you know what? I'm tired of missing. I'm really locking in for this ship. Look at that, guys. Progress. I really can get better. With that, I'm done with my patrol and I've advanced the Battle of the Mediterranean to the next stage. But now it's official. Germany is at war with the United States and we're free to strike targets in the Western Hemisphere. So I really want to go back to La Rochelle to be able to pounce on those new targets. I think I've done enough in the Mediterranean anyways. Of course, that means I have to go past Gibraltar again, so I organize a vacation for everyone so they're in the best condition for this trip. Also, the boys in the lab have been busy and I've gotten myself some nice new torpedoes to use. As I'm waiting on the vacation, I'm just wondering, why do we have to risk our lives through Gibraltar anyways? Like, why can't we just get on a train that takes us and the sub to France? Are the X's stupid or something? Anyway, as I approach Gibraltar, I pick up a major convoy coming my way. And I mean, since they're literally coming right toward me, I might as well take my shot. They have a lot of escorts here, but not enough to stop me from sneaking into the convoy. I don't want to just sink the merchant ships here. I really want to sink that cruiser just to flex on the Royal Navy. I'm just gonna launch a one full salvo of torpedoes and hope for the best.
I recognize the council has made a decision, but given that it's a stupid-ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
So I definitely sunk that cruiser and crippled one transport, but I can't stick around to confirm that kill. Their escorts have no idea where I fired from, so I'm easily able to get away. I do kind of wonder if this made passing by Gibraltar harder for myself, because as I approach the strait, there are a lot more warships sweeping the area, and it seems like they are better equipped than the first time I went through, because as soon as one gets close, I hear them running sonar. I have to hide beneath the ships and occasionally move forward at 1 speed. It does work for a while. They know where we are now, so I gotta book it. But if I keep changing my depth while at full speed, they can't lock in on my position. They kept dropping depth charges everywhere they think I am, and that actually makes my escape easier. The sound of the explosions masks my sub and allows me to escape. Once again, I've passed through the Gibraltar Strait unharmed, but for being real here, everyone on this sub is gonna need a change of pants with how close we got to dying. But still, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I've embarrassed the Royal Navy once again, killing their cruiser and sneaking by one of their most guarded naval bases. I'm feeling so confident that when I see a plane flying nearby, I want to try to shoot it down. I do got this new 37mm AA gun that I haven't really had a chance to use against a plane yet. But as I get on the gun, trying to shoot down that plane, it's a bit tricky since the gun can only rotate 270 degrees. Also, I'm screwed by the AI. As I'm waiting for the plane to make another approach, the AI captain fires most of the AA magazine and I don't notice till too late. Okay, so I took a hit, but at least the plane is flying away, which will give me time to recover. So, some mistakes were made. The sub has definitely looked better, but at least I could still make the voyage to France. I got so cocky against the Royal Navy, the Royal Air Force had to humble me, and now I understand. If I don't have to fight a plane, I shouldn't do it. Once I arrive in La Rochelle, I'm briefed on the new missions and campaigns I can do in the Western Hemisphere. With America officially in the war, there's gonna be a lot more targets to hit in the Atlantic, which you'll see next time in Uboat. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just remember, if you want me to keep this series going, like the video and show some love in the comments. As long as these videos keep hitting like 8,000 likes, I'll definitely keep the series going. If you want to go the extra mile, consider supporting me on Patreon and join my alumni who help inspire me to focus on quality content for y'all. Also, don't forget to subscribe, cause I really would like to hit 100,000 subscribers by Christmas, and so you don't miss the next good video coming your way. Goodbye!